Well, a little present from Paul Conrad over to Doug Alexander, the Buffalo Bills tie tack.
Well, boy, geez, Paul, I really appreciate that.
They did it today.
The Bills certainly did without any problem, and that was a big turnaround from the last time these two teams played. Because when Buffalo visited Kansas City in Week 6 of the NFL season, its high-octane offensive machine was running without flaw. The Bills were undefeated, untested, and appeared unstoppable. But on October 7th, someone must have spiked the fuel in the Bills' offensive tank as they allowed 6 sacks and turned the ball over 5 times to the Chiefs. The Bills in Kansas City cracked helmets again today, this time for a berth in the AFC Championship game. All of Buffalo's scoring weapons were loaded and ready, including quarterback Jim Machine Gun Kelly. He finds Andre Reed with the bullet, 7-0 Buffalo. Second quarter, Kelly and Reed connect again. Watch as Reed never breaks his stride. This score covers 53 yards. Buffalo goes up 14-0. Kelly passed for 273 yards and 3 TDs. This one goes to James Lofton. The Bills intercepted 4 passes and kept the Chiefs on their backs all day. Buffalo reaches its 3rd AFC Championship game in 4 years. They'll host Denver next Sunday. The final score, 37-14, a great win for the Bills.
You had a feeling that, it's hard. We respect the defensive backs from Kansas City, but I had a lot of confidence in my receivers that with the speed that they have, that we can beat them deep. It's just, it's hard to cover Andre Reed one-on-one. Every once in a while, the guy's going to do a good job, but I had confidence in Andre, and the 2 times that I saw them in one-on-one situations, I audible to the right play, and both times they turned out to be touchdowns. So I guess, playing at home, it makes it a little bit easier.
A heightened degree of preparation awareness, just a heightened degree, because of the playoffs, because of the fact that they knew how potent the Kansas City running game was and how much we had been handled by them the last time. I just think they played their responsibilities pretty much without error.
They sure did. And in the NFC, Detroit made mincemeat out of Dallas. Lions quarterback Eric Kramer and wide receiver Willie Green both had career days. Kramer passed for 341 yards, and Green was on the receiving end of 115 of those yards. Detroit did it on defense as well. Melvin Jenkins picks off Steve Berline and goes 41 yards for the score, one of 4 turnovers forced by the Lions. They went on to lead 17-6 at the break. After tallying just 22 yards on the ground, Barry Sanders breaks loose on an amazing 47-yard touchdown run. Look at him just blow right through the Dallas defense. Detroit plays Washington next week. The Lions haven't beaten the Skins since 1965, but that doesn't matter today. Lions win 38-6, just another day at work for the Lions.
Well, I felt pretty good when I woke up this morning, and there was really no butterflies, and we were just able to go out there and execute.
And they sure did execute this afternoon. The Miami Heat wrap up a 6-game road trip later tonight with a game against the LA Lakers. It's been a rough journey for the Heat. They've dropped 4 out of 5 during the West Coast swing. The Heat will return to Miami Arena for a game against the Chicago Bulls on Monday night. Meanwhile, on the court, New York tipped off against Phoenix, and the Stars are out on Broadway. Bill Cosby and Anthony Quinn enjoying the game, and I bet Bill thought this was even better than a Jell-O pudding pop. Patrick Ewing in for the big alley-oop jam for the Knicks. The Suns answer with authority. Chris Perry drives through the lane with a power stuff over Patrick. Suns up by 4, but John Starks will lead the Knicks back. He puts in the monster jam of his own. Knicks win in overtime, 108-104. We'll check some scores in the college ranks. Arizona. Oh, can we get it? Yeah, there it is. Arizona wins its 70th consecutive home game, and Georgia Tech beats Maryland by 15 today. We'll keep it on the hardwood for the WNPL High School Play of the Week. It comes from the Pizza Factory Centennial Basketball Tournament. There it is, half of it. That's half of the basketball tournament. Yes, that's it. And Markley in red, Lamoris Hall will miss the jumper, but Desmond Jackson is there to clean the glass and put it back in for the Indians. Great effort by the 6'5 senior. He's our Play of the Week. Let's jet west to California for the final round of the Ben Hogan Pebble Beach Invitational. Yesterday's leader, David Edwards, didn't have enough in the putter to hold his 2-stroke advantage lead over the rest of the field as Edwards comes up a little bit short on the putt. That opened the door for Lauren Roberts. Lauren Roberts finished at -7, 2 strokes ahead of the pack, so he walks away with a winning check worth $75,000. Meanwhile, back east, the Collier County 2-man championship wrapped up at the Golden Gate Country Club. This here is Jackie Miller. He and his teammate Tony DeLaurentis finished in a three-way tie with the teams of Paul Smith and Scott Friedstrom and Dr. Bill Lovett and Dr. Mike Womble. The two local dentists, believe it or not, made a house call today, and they won the championship by birdieing the first hole of sudden death, an exciting end to the tournament. While in the senior division, Larry Cunningham and his partner Hill Bosworth took the two-man title. Great putt by Cunningham on number 9. Congratulations to all that took part. Let's take a look at the NHL scoreboard. Calgary leads Edmonton, that game 2-1 in the third, and Chicago is shutting out Minnesota 1-0 that in the third period as well. And we'll wrap it up at the track, the Daily Double. The 6-1 combination paid $71.80, and Vampire, the second dog of the Daily Double, a pretty ferocious Daily Double tonight.
Some ferocious football, too. Already looking forward to next weekend.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. The AFC and the NFC championship games, the Detroit Lions and Washington Redskins, and the Buffalo Bills hosting Denver. Maybe, hopefully, well, we'll just have to wait and see. I know Paul hopes that this Buffalo Bill...
He said he wants it back.
I got to give it back to him. He
Paul.
hopes that the Buffalo Bill does its magic against Denver next week, too.
Well, thanks a lot.